We have spoken on this channel about the casting for the upcoming HBO Harry Potter series and responses to casting announcements. I've also discussed why I'm against the choice of Severus Snape. Today, though, we are going to take a quick look at Nick Frost's responses to J.K. Rowling's opinions and then his Instagram. Hello and welcome back to Chat About It, Don't Shout About It with me, Rachel, the Queen of the Woke, as crowned by one of my haters, not by myself. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, switch on the notification bells so that you know I am releasing another video. Please keep it friendly in the chat. I'm rather pleased with all the casting announcements so far, bar one, and I'm not going to be discussing that one today. I think that Nick Frost looks the part for Hagrid, but apparently, according to activists, this is not good, and he would be essentially, and these are my words, not theirs, cohorting with the enemy. First of all, though, let's take a look at what Nick said, and this is from The Observer. These are just selected parts of the article because this article is long. The full article is listed below. Still playing the long game seems to be paying off. Frost recently landed two of the starriest roles of his career. First up, he is Gobber the Belch, the wise-cracking blacksmith in the live-action remake of How to Train Your Dragon, the Cressida Cowell series that became an acclaimed animated trilogy. Then, even bigger, he is about to start shooting HBO's TV adaptation of J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series, which each of the 7 books luxuriating in its own 8-episode season. Can they do it in 8 episodes for each book? Frost was recently unveiled as Rubeus Hagrid, the Hogwarts gamekeeper or groundskeeper, originally played in the films by Robbie Coltrane, the late great Robbie Coltrane. The Hagrid announcement in April was in some ways bittersweet for Frost. He had to disable comments on his triumphant Instagram post after criticism came from trans rights supporters that he would collaborate with Rowling, an executive producer on the new show and vocal gender critical campaigner. And this is what he says. She's allowed her opinion and I'm allowed mine. They just don't align in any way, shape, or form, says Frost this morning. Does he worry that the debate might overshadow the series? I don't know, he replies, but maybe it shouldn't blow over. We shouldn't just hope it will go away because it makes it easier. Maybe we should educate ourselves. Now, I don't think the debate is going to blow over, but there you have it. We can have different opinions. He can have a different opinion from her. He can have a different gender critical view. Maybe not everything aligns. Maybe there'll be things that they do agree on and things that they don't, but they can still work together and produce a great piece of work. There you go. And I wish everybody was able to think that way. Now, I personally don't feel like the trans debate will overshadow this series. If anything, it's more likely to be the other thing that we have discussed on this channel already, and if HBO choose to listen, which they haven't already, but if they choose to, then they will make the necessary changes, and the rumours are already flying around unconfirmed anyway. People love Harry Potter way too much to boycott it because of gender critical views, in my opinion. We all saw what happened with Hogwarts Legacy. That game, it was an extremely successful game despite a promised boycott. So, who knows what will happen really? Now, this was his Instagram post that he shared about being cast as Hagrid. You will notice that the comments are switched off. This was because of the apparent backlash. That article that I shared with you is also from the 7th of June. I took a look at several of his other posts and there weren't masses of hate that I could see, as it was more of him just sharing his weight loss journey. And by the way, I think he looks fantastic, and the fun things that he is getting up to. Seems to be where we come with the more, it appears more with the promotional stuff that we see. Those comments start to creep in. Again, it's not masses, but it says at the bottom of some of these posts that the comments have been hidden because of things like spam or that they're offensive. So I've got a few of those comments, and where I can, I've kept the comments to the top of the page. Right, so let's take a look at those comments. So this one was on a how to train your dragon promotional thing. And the first comment says, human rights are not an opinion. And they say that 4 times. And then this one is a bit more of a diplomatic response. And I would say in that respect, fair enough. Nick, as someone who has always loved you in all of your roles throughout my childhood and into adulthood, I really, really hope you reconsider your role on the Harry Potter reboot. Yes, J.K. Rowling is allowed her opinion, but she has explicitly come out and said she will use her royalties, I guess that's supposed to say, to fund her anti-transgender organization. I don't think she said that. I don't recall her saying that. I'd have to go and look that up, but I don't recall that. This is so harmful to many of your fans, and I strongly hope that you think about the role you're playing in this. I know you're a great person, but this is a lot deeper than a disagreement. Please reconsider. And then the comment at the top says, did you catch up at all with Nick as to why he's helping a T-phobe get paid? Okay, so he was on BBC Radio 2, and this person wants to know why Nick is lining the pockets of J.K. Rowling. And then this one, this is what this says, okay. Really disappointed you've aligned with a T-phobic person and actively helping line her pocket to further her campaign of hatred and bigotry, especially after you have been recently working on a project with the brilliant Jordan Gray. The audacity. Shame on you, Nick Frost. Your morals and excuses are weak. And then another person says, so disappointed in the fact that you're happily making money for a T-phobe despite her values not aligning with yours. And just to be clear, I don't think just because you have a difference of opinion with someone doesn't mean to say that you shouldn't work on a project. I mean, well, anyway. So I would say, though, he is very clearly on his guard, because if you look at the bottom, it's a little bit difficult to see, but a little bit of it says, excuse me, that comments on this post have been limited. This means that it is very likely that people have said some things that were potentially vile, or he has just chosen automatically to limit it to who he is following. Now, the stars of the show are going to be subject to a lot of heat potentially, I think. I say potentially because we are all entitled to our opinions, and I don't believe that he should be removed from a job just because of the difference in opinion. Well, anyway, that's what I think. Let me know what you think. Chat about it. Don't chat about it. And I will see you on Sunday. Bye bye.